What do you do when the walls of your life begin to crack? When the job you trusted disappears overnight? When the relationship you leaned on suddenly breaks? When the plans you thought were solid crumble into dust? Life has a way of knocking the ground out from under us without warning. And in those moments, confidence feels like the first thing to vanish. In the silence after the fall, a question echoes louder than the chaos itself. How do I keep believing in myself when nothing around me is working? How do I stay strong when everything that gave me strength is gone? It's a haunting question, and yet it is also the beginning of something powerful. Because maybe confidence isn't about standing tall when the world applauds you. Maybe it's not about flawless victories or picture-perfect days. Maybe confidence is proven in the storm. It's in how you breathe when everything collapses. It's in how you stand when there's nothing left to lean on. It's in how you choose to keep moving, even when the path is hidden in shadows. And here's the truth. Every storm, no matter how violent, leaves behind a gift, but to see it, you must first survive the storm inside yourself. This isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about learning how to face the chaos, how to gather your strength, and how to walk forward even when the pieces of your life don't fit together anymore. So today, let's begin a journey through collapse and courage, through loss and lessons, through the kind of confidence that cannot be shaken, even when the world around you falls apart. Because what breaks you is never as powerful as what's waiting to rise within you. Number 1, accept reality fast when life collapses. The first instinct most of us have is denial. We tell ourselves, it's not that bad. We replay the moment in our heads, hoping it's a mistake, wishing it could somehow undo itself. But here's the harsh truth. The longer you fight reality, the more power it has over you. Think about it. A storm doesn't wait for your permission. A wave doesn't pause because you wish it would. Life doesn't stop breaking just because you're not ready for it to. Acceptance isn't weakness. It's not surrendering to failure. It's the bravest first step, because to accept reality fast is to take the steering wheel back into your own hands. The power of facing the truth. Imagine someone standing in a burning house, arguing with the fire about why it started. Does the fire care? No, it keeps spreading. The only chance of survival is to see the flames for what they are and act. That's what acceptance is, not giving up, but waking up when your plans fall apart. You have two choices. Keep clinging to what should have been, or open your eyes to what is. One keeps you stuck. The other sets you free. Why quick acceptance builds confidence. Confidence is not about having all the answers. It's about trusting yourself to face the truth. Even when the truth hurts, the faster you accept reality, the faster you shift your focus from the problem to the solution. That speed, that courage, becomes the seed of unshakable confidence. Ask yourself, what is happening right now? Not what I wish, not what I fear, but what is. Then breathe and say to yourself, this is where I am, and from here, I will move forward. Acceptance isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning, because once you see reality for what it is, you can finally ask, what can I control? And that question is the doorway to the next chapter. Number 2, control what you can. Once you've accepted reality, the next step is clarity. Because life falling apart can feel like standing in the middle of chaos. Everything is burning, breaking, slipping out of your hands, and in that storm, your mind whispers, I can't do anything. But that's not true. You can't control the storm. But you can control your ship, the trap of fighting the uncontrollable. Think about how much energy we waste on things that are out of our hands. We stress about other people's choices. We obsess over the past, replaying conversations we'll never get back. We try to predict the future, worrying about outcomes we can't even touch yet. That's like trying to stop the ocean with your bare hands. Impossible, exhausting, pointless. Confidence begins when you stop fighting battles you cannot win. The freedom of shifting focus. Instead, ask yourself, what small corner of this chaos is mine to handle? Maybe it's your morning routine, maybe it's your mindset, Maybe it's a single choice to send that application, to make that phone call, to take that walk, instead of drowning in your thoughts. Control is not about power over everything. It's about discipline over something, and that something grows. When you focus on what you can control, even if it's tiny, you start building momentum. That momentum becomes confidence. Confidence becomes resilience. Here's a practice. When your world feels shattered, write down to lists. List 1, what I cannot control. List 2, what I can. Burn the first list if you must. Let it go. Then put all your energy into the second list. No matter how small it looks, it's like lighting a candle in a dark room. Suddenly, you're not helpless anymore. And once you know what you can control, the question becomes, how do I make that control feel like stability? That answer lies in something simple, something powerful, your routines. Number 3, lean on routines. When everything falls apart, your mind screams chaos. But confidence doesn't live in chaos. Confidence lives in rhythm, and rhythm comes from routine. Why routines matter in chaos, you see? When the world feels unpredictable, your routine becomes your anchor. It tells your brain, here's one thing I can count on. Here's one thing that won't collapse. It could be as simple as making your bed in the morning, drinking a glass of water, stretching for 5 minutes. Tiny acts, but together. They whisper to your soul, I am still in control. I am still capable. I am not broken. The psychology of rituals. Scientists have found that routines lower anxiety and boost confidence because they give structure to uncertainty. When you know the next step, your brain doesn't drown in the unknown. That's why athletes warm up the same way before every game. Why successful leaders guard their morning routines like sacred rituals. Because routine is not boring, routine is freedom. Designing your confidence routine. So ask yourself, what simple habits can I protect, no matter how chaotic life gets? It could be journaling 3 lines at night. It could be walking outside, feeling the sun. Even if your heart feels heavy, it could be reading 1 page of a book that inspires you. These are not small things. These are lifelines. Every routine you keep is a message to yourself. I will not let life's collapse decide who I am. And here's the beauty. Routines don't just steady your mind. They protect something even more precious, your energy. Because when the world feels heavy, protecting your energy is not selfish, it's survival. Number 4, protect your energy when life is falling apart. You don't just lose things on the outside, jobs, relationships, stability. You also risk losing something on the inside, your energy, your spark, your ability to keep going. And once that's gone, confidence has nowhere to stand. Why energy is sacred? Think of your energy as the fuel in your tank. When you're in crisis, every little decision, every moment of stress burns fuel faster. If you don't protect it, you'll run empty. That's why you must be ruthless about where your energy goes. Not everyone deserves your explanation. Not every fight deserves your voice. Not every thought deserves to live in your mind. The power of boundaries. Protecting your energy often means setting boundaries with people, with distractions, with negativity. It's saying no. I can't take on your drama right now. No. I won't let my mind live in fear all night. Yes. I will guard my peace like it's gold, because it is. Boundaries don't push people away. They protect the part of you that still wants to heal, still wants to rise. Practical ways to protect energy. Limit the news cycle that keeps feeding your fear. Step back from toxic conversations. Prioritize rest, even if it feels lazy, because rest is strategy, not weakness. Choose to be around people who remind you of your strength, not your scars. Remember, confidence doesn't grow in a drained body or a crowded mind. It grows in space. It grows in energy that has been preserved, not wasted. And once you've learned to guard your energy, something shifts. Suddenly, the darkness doesn't feel as endless. You start to see not just what you lost, but what you can gain, because confidence, in the end, is not about avoiding loss. It's about transforming loss into lessons. Number 5, focus on lessons, not losses, when everything falls apart. Your mind wants to keep replaying the destruction. You see the broken pieces, you feel the missed chances. You hear the voice whispering, "Look at what you lost." But here's the truth. Confidence doesn't come from holding on to losses. Confidence comes from turning pain into perspective, shifting the lens. Every setback has two sides, what it takes from you and what it teaches you. If you only look at the first, you drown in regret. But if you look at the second, you rise with wisdom. Ask yourself, what is this season teaching me about who I am? What strengths did I discover only because things went wrong? What values became clearer now that the noise has been stripped away? The gift hidden in struggle. Think about it. No leader, no creator, no builder ever found confidence in a life of ease. They found it in hardship. They found it when plans collapsed. They found it in the lessons hidden in the ruins. Loss can break you, yes, but loss can also build you if you let it. Turning lessons into power, here's the shift. Stop asking why me, and start asking what now. Lost an opportunity. Listen, opportunities come and go, but skill and resilience stay. Lost someone's support. Lesson, your worth was never dependent on their approval. Lost stability. Lesson, you are learning to walk through chaos and still move forward. When you focus on lessons, not losses, nothing is wasted. Not even your hardest days, the confidence blueprint when life falls apart. Let's put it all together. Accept reality fast, because denial keeps you stuck. Control what you can, because action, not panic, restores power. Lean on routines, because small order holds you in big chaos. Protect your energy, because without fuel, you can't rise. Focus on lessons, not losses, because wisdom outlives pain. This is how confidence survives collapse, not as a mask, not as blind positivity, but as a steady fire that refuses to go out. Final reminder, standing strong in the rubble. So, if your world feels like it's crumbling, remember, the ground may shake, but you are not the rubble. You are the one who will rise from it. Confidence isn't about life staying intact. It's about you staying intact when life does not. And as long as you keep learning, keep protecting, keep moving forward, nothing that falls apart can take away the strength you've built within. Pause, deep, steady tone. Stay confident, even here, especially here. Thank you for spending this moment with Awaken Light Audio. If something today touched your heart or opened your mind, don't keep it to yourself. Share your thoughts in the comments. What spoke to you most? Tell us about your journey, your questions, your breakthroughs, and let us know what you'd love to hear next. Subscribe to stay connected. And if this message could uplift someone you care about, send it their way, because light grows when it's shared. Until next time, stay present, stay awakened, and keep becoming who you're meant to be.